and I am here in San Antonio with yet another wonderful resource that we have in town. Jennifer Navarette, good morning. How are you?
Good morning.
So Jennifer, tell me a little bit about your background, your consulting business, and then we can talk about some of your pioneering work that you've done here in San Antonio.
Well, Alan, my husband and I, our family moved here in 2003 from Houston. We were pursuing the entrepreneurial dream, and I got involved in podcasting in 2005. Couldn't find any other podcasters, so I created a group, and the rest is history, really. From that one group, we've done a lot of initiatives here in San Antonio.
Right. So as I understand it, you helped create what's still the only pod camp in San Antonio. You helped create Startup Weekend San Antonio. I've been to your bar camp in San Antonio. I've joined Social Media Club, and I understand in addition to that, you're also going to have a new initiative next April called Green Camp. So you really are one of the early pioneers here in town. Along you and Luis Sandoval helped start the Social Media Club.
Absolutely. When we got started, I would go to a lot of events in Austin and Dallas and Houston, and I just saw this great collection of folks who are passionate about podcasting and video blogging and social media and all these different arenas, and I thought, we really need to have that here in San Antonio. So our podcasting group created PodCamp San Antonio, and we wound up discovering so much of the talent here locally, and so we thought, this is really great, let's do more of this. And so then we had PodCamp in 2008, Startup Weekend a couple of weeks after that, and then we've just recently had our bar camp, and because these events are annual, we felt like we wanted to have more of this, not just once a year. So we brought Social Media Club here to San Antonio. We actually are the 5th chapter in the state of Texas, making Texas the state with the most chapters.
Okay, great. Tell me about your business and what you do.
Actually, my business was started in 2001, mylabelnet.com. I'm a business-to-business printer. We strictly work with business owners. My husband is a Macintosh computer consultant and a graphic designer. It's NavaretteConsulting.com. And what's gotten me here is really my hobby. It started out as a hobby, and what's happened is that I would go to events and talk about podcasting and social media and blogging, and people would ask me for a business card, and I would hand them my printing card, and they'd be like, no, where's your card that does all of this? So I actually created a new business and a new card, and so now I'm both still have my printing company, but now more and more companies and individuals are hiring me to come in and help them implement and their social media strategies.
So tell me, I'm a small, medium business, large business. Give me a few tips on what you think is important in social media or just kind of getting started.
First of all, kind of look at all the networks and see which ones best fit your company. Some folks, we look at MySpace and you think, well, I don't really want to be on MySpace, because there's just a bunch of kids there. But if your business revolves around it, if that's your core clientele, if you're a restaurant or a coffee shop or a bar or a band, then absolutely you should be on MySpace. Maybe if you're a financial services company, maybe not so much. There are networks for you. I think that they should take a look at each network, get involved slowly, and slowly is the key word, simply because you do see that folks hear about social networking and hear it's the greatest thing since sliced bread, and then they jump in and then just start friending everyone, start adding everyone, start joining all the networks without taking the time to get to know how each network works, and they get burned. And so the best way to do it is just to get involved slowly.
Okay, you also talk about the ROI, which most people in business think on return on investment, but you have a different approach to ROI.
Absolutely. We've had this conversation within our groups about what is ROI. A lot of companies look at social media or social networking and they're like, well, what's the ROI on that? I don't quite understand where I can get anything out of it. And so when we look at ROI, we're not looking at return on investment. We're looking at return on interaction. We're looking at return on involvement. And so it's costly not to be involved or not to interact with the folks that are either potential clients or who are your clients because they're already involved in these networks. One of the things I talk to folks about is that people are talking about your business whether you're participating in the conversation or not. Good or bad, you should be there. Or if they're not talking about your business, and they should be, and so you need to be there so that you can help, start that conversation or participate in it.
Okay, very good. How does somebody find you on the internet and your husband's business as well?
Okay, you can find me. My printing business is mylabelnet.com. My consulting business is brewingmedia.com. My personal blog is jennifernavarette.com. And then my husband's business is the NavaretteConsulting.com.
Okay, and how do you spell Navarette?
Good question. It's N-A-V as in Victor, A-R-R-E-T-E, Navarette.
Super. Thanks a whole lot, and thanks for dropping by today.
Thanks a lot, Alan.